Let me start with a real situation I see all the time. A homeowner gets a cash offer within days of listing, or sometimes before they even list. Sounds clean, fast, safe, no showings, no inspections, no financing issues. And most sellers think this is a smart move. But weeks later, when they see what similar homes actually sold for, they realize something uncomfortable. They didn't make a bad decision. They made an uninformed one. And that usually costs more than people expect. If you're considering a cash offer, there's something critical you need to understand first. A cash buyer and a cash offer are not the same thing. A cash offer is simply how someone is paying. A cash buyer is a business model. Most cash buyers are not going to live in your home. They're trying to turn it, either by renovating it, renting it, or reselling it. That means their profit has to be built into the offer before you ever see a number. When sellers hear cash, they often hear strong. But what that really means is fast, and speed always comes at a cost. Here is how most cash offers or most cash buyers calculate their offers. They start with what your home could sell for after repairs, not today, after improvements. From that number, they subtract estimated repairs. Then they add a buffer because their estimates assume worst case scenarios. Next comes holding costs, insurance, taxes, utilities, capital is tied up, and finally, the required profit margin. What's left is the offer you receive. So they're not asking, what's the home worth today? They're asking, how much room do we need to make this deal work for us? They're asking, how much room do we need to make this deal so it works for us? This doesn't make them dishonest. It makes them systematic. The problem is when sellers don't realize that the system is working against their prize, the equity. I'll give you a simplified comparison that I see all the time. Two homes, same neighborhood, similar condition. Seller A accepts the cash offer quickly. No prep, no showings, no stress. They close fast and move on. Seller B lists traditionally. They deal with showings, inspections, and a finance buyer. It takes a little longer, but when the numbers are done, Seller B nets, as in gets more cash, significantly more. Even after repairs and concessions, both sellers sold. Only one seller maximized their outcome. The difference wasn't luck. It was understanding the trade-offs between speed and value. One of the biggest selling points of cash offers is less risk. But here's the part that rarely gets talked about. Many cash buyers still inspect, they still renegotiate, and they still walk away. The difference is timing. Renegotiations happen after the seller has already turned down other options, mentally packed up, and they're emotionally committed to the sale. At that point, leverage shifts. The risk isn't eliminated, it's delayed. And delayed risk feels heavier because you're already tired and now you're scared that it might not go through. Let's be clear. Sellers aren't wrong for choosing cash. I see people choose it because they're overwhelmed, because they're dealing with estates, divorce, job relocations, or major repairs. Sometimes convenience truly matters more than maximizing price. The issue is not choosing cash. The issue is choosing it without understanding what it's costing you. There are absolutely situations where a cash offer is the right move. Homes with major structural issues, properties with unpermitted work, situations where privacy matters more than exposure. Cash can remove friction. It should be a strategic decision, not an emotional one. When someone comes to me with a cash offer, we don't start with whether it's good or bad. We start with clarity. We compare it to true market value. We look at the net proceeds, not just the headline number. We talk through risk and timeline. Honestly, my job isn't to push sellers towards or away from cash. My job is to make sure they're not trading tens of thousands of dollars for speed without realizing it. Fast isn't wrong. Easy isn't wrong. But uninformed is expensive. If you're choosing speed, make sure you know exactly what you're paying for. Clarity is priceless.